long ways. 5-star basketball camp. We had Mark Aguirre and Isaiah the same week at that camp.
Substitutions for the white team: Danny Manning, Mark Jackson, Rex Chapman, Spud Webb, and Wayman Tisdale check back in. 6:15 remaining in this first half from the Forum at Inglewood. Marv Albert along with Mike Fratello. Tisdale got clobbered and will go to the line.
Let's talk about the draft that team just had. Sacramento wind up with 3 outstanding first-round picks come in and add to a roster where they already made some moves. Dick Motta, a forward-oriented coach, comes up with a Wayman Tisdale, Antoine Clark, guys who can really score. And now goes after the backcourt. 2 outstanding young players coming in. This team has done a great job over the past year.
Wayman Tisdale led the Sacramento Kings in scoring, averaging 22 points a game. That's his NBA high. 12 points tonight. High man Dominique Wilkins with 14. This is Dominique's type of ball game. And Chapman starts back. And pumps. Foul called on Manning. Now the wheels turning. Arsenio making some strategic moves. Smith. Charles Smith, who has the fluid moves to the bucket. That time uncontested. Spud Webb to Rex Chapman. Mark Jackson with the bucket. 1-point lead for the white team. Michael Jordan. Well, Michael now has 11. Smith leading Magic's team with 14. Rex Chapman.
Well, Rex is a young man who I'd really like to see come back and have a real good year next season. Had a tough year with injuries last year. Received some criticism. But I think his talent gives him a real good chance of maturing and developing into an outstanding NBA player.
22nd timeout called. Kurt Rambis had his glasses knocked off. Well, Rex Chapman playing with the Charlotte Hornets. You mentioned the criticism, and that has to do with shot selection. What is Jack checking out here now?
Jack was one of my biggest helpers when we used to come here to play the Lakers, and my good buddy Pat Riley, Jack would tell me who to put in at what time of the game, what plays to call, what defenses to call.
I'm sure he was very helpful, yes. You would receive advice such as take Dominique out. There's Rex Chapman. Played only 2 years at Kentucky, came out early. Led the Hornets in scoring last season, averaging better than 17 per game. But pumping from all angles at all times.
He needs to add a little bit more to his game, to his offensive repertoire. And then defensively, he needs to start digging in.
Chapman. And tipped home by Tisdale. 73-70. The red team of Magic Johnson with the ball trailing by 3. Jordan putting the move on and held by Chapman. So we're hearing the whistles from time to time here in the second quarter following that quiet opening quarter.
Michael Jordan with a tremendous first step, and only Michael Jordan can take off on one side of the lane and wind up on the other side without putting the ball on the floor. He covers so much ground, so much area when he takes off.
What do you try to do against Jordan? What is your strategy?
The key with Michael is having the team understand that going into the game, if we're going to bring him to a certain area on the floor, who we're going to double team with, when we're going to double team, you basically try to surround him.
Chapman on the nice pass from Webb.
Once again, Spud Webb with the great lob pass. But going back to Michael Jordan, Mark, he's the kind of guy who you need to try to use the team defense. Individually, you're not going to stop Michael Jordan. He's just too good an offensive player. But if you can surround him, try to keep him on the perimeter, away from the basket.
Webb putting the move on Rambis. Rambis. And Kersey a blur, but he blew the layup. Rambis right there. Game is tied at 75 with 3:40 to go, first half. Casual pass from Jackson to Chapman. Tisdale. Tisdale again. Yes, it counts. And he'll go to the line.
Wayman Tisdale, by the way, Mark, will be running his own game come September to help the big brothers and sisters out in Sacramento. A number of these players in the game tonight have their own games, all an offshoot of Magic's game.
Wayman having a 16-point first half. He was acquired. And the deal for LaSalle Thompson. Wayman going to Sacramento. Charles Smith has tied the game at 77. Manning off some nifty passing. And the white team will take over. Wholesale substitution by Magic Johnson. Orlando Blackman. Trent Tucker will be in the backcourt. Charles Oakley also checking in with Sean Kemp. Kevin Johnson stepping back on the court. Well, uncontested by Wayman Tisdale.
I'd like to see a little matchup. Spud Webb against Kevin Johnson in a race with a basketball in their hands.
Who do you like?
I might take Spud. Dribble on the ball from end line to end line.
Manning from Jackson. Nice play. 81-77 for the visiting white team. Oakley shooting. Well, Charles Oakley of the New York Knicks, a man who made it back following that broken hand injury that sparked the Knicks in the playoffs against Boston. Timeout taken. 2:25 remaining in this first half. A reminder, the NBA on NBC will begin its regular season coverage on Saturday, November the 3rd, as Magic Johnson and his LA Lakers will take on David Robinson and his San Antonio Spurs. The NBA on NBC starting November 3rd. Kevin Johnson off the steal. We come up on 2 minutes to go. First half. A most intriguing move by Sean Kemp.
I think Sean Kemp saw that highlight film of Isaiah doing that one and tried to copy it right there.
Game tied at 81. Tisdale posting up. Blocked. The basket counts and the foul called on Oakley.
I know this is a different type of game, but one thing remains consistent. When Wayman Tisdale gets the ball in the paint, he knows how to score. It's tough to stop once you get into the lane area.
Well, Wayman has certainly enjoyed this first half. He has 20 points. He is the high man of the game. Orlando Blackman of the Dallas Mavericks.
What's going on here, Mike?
Here's Kevin Johnson. Air ball handled by Kemp. Kemp with 16. Game tied at 83. Webb for Chapman.
Orlando Blackman told us before the game he's been working the last 4 summers on his broadcast career.
Watch out.
I'm a little concerned.
And Chapman able to get inside. Yes, Orlando's been working at several radio and television stations in Dallas the past few years. Sean Kemp showing his entire repertoire, and he's given the team of Magic Johnson an 87-85 lead. Just under 1 minute left in this first half. Jackson handling the pass from Webb. And he's tied the game at 87. 10 points for Mark Jackson.
I'm concerned about the score right now, Mark. We're off our record pace.
Well, 2 years ago, it was a final score with both teams going over 200 points. That's the high mark. And again, Tisdale set up by Jackson. 89-87. The white team, the team of Isaiah Thomas with the lead. Down to 25 seconds left first half. Blackman.
He'll probably go for the last shot, Mark.
Good point.
16 seconds.
Now to 16 seconds remaining in the half. Webb for Jackson, goes between the legs. Well, Manning playing it a little strategically here. He actually looked at the clock
and backed it out. The coach on the floor.
Down to 3 seconds, and Jackson will toss in. Manning from three-point range. So at halftime, the white team of Isaiah Thomas with an 89-87 lead over the red team of Magic Johnson. We'll be back with the second half, but right now let's go to our NBC Sports Update Studio.